Army and Chief Anderson used to chase airplanes like a puppy chases dogs. And he'd get on the wings and he'd go, Mister, can I have a flight? And then he goes, no, boy, you can't fly an airplane. And he would go, really? Watch me. Now, he chased airplanes so much that his mama got tired and sent him to his grandma's house. Says, your grandson chases airplanes. And he was good for a while, but then he saw an airplane. And he chased it, and he was on the wings, and he goes, Mister, can I have a flight? And they're like, boy, you cannot fly. Now, about this time, his grandmother found him, and she put a switch to him, and he didn't chase airplanes. However, he found a book on how to fly airplanes in one of the traveling libraries, and he taught himself how to fly an airplane. And eventually, he would volunteer at an airfield where some rich guys went with airplanes, and he said, at the end, the guy had to sell his airplane, and he goes, can I buy your airplane? He goes, boy, you can't buy my airplane. And before GoFundMe, he went around town and said, I want to be like Charles Lindbergh. Can you give me a dime, a dollar, a nickel? I'll make you proud. And he collected a lot of money, but he was a little bit short. And he used to work at Mrs. Wright's finishing school. And so he went there. He got called, Mrs. Carpet. Mrs. Wright says, I hear you're trying to raise money. He goes, I'm going to be like Charles Lindbergh. And she goes, Elizabeth, bring me my checkbook. And that man went to buy his first airplane and was the first black man to get a license. He scored 100. So now we've got him in the background. At the beginning of World War II, we needed pilots. And the Tuskegee Airmen, pick me, boy, you can't fly an airplane. Well, they finally got a law passed, an executive order that says, we'll train you, but we don't have any place to train you. You can't find some place. And they said, really? Watch me. So Tuskegee, a place where civilians were being trained, became where the military was going to be trained. And they said, well, you got a place to be trained, but you don't have any instructors. And Chief Anderson said, watch me. And they said, well, you got him, but you don't have any instructors or students. And so Chief Anderson, Captain James actually became one of the fighters, or one of the instructors, and then one of the members. And they finally found students. Some of them took the training. And then they said, okay, you got students, and you can go into training. And they trained, and they trained, and they trained. Finally, this white lady came down. She got into the airplane, and she goes, Chief, fly me. She said, oh man, you can't get in this airplane with a black man. And one of them stood in front of the airplane, and one of them ran in, this was before cell phones, and called us to the White House up north and said, sir, your wife's in an airplane with a black man. And Eisenhower's smart husband said, get out of her way. Eleanor Roosevelt ended up flying with Chief Anderson. That picture was taken around the world. And I don't know what she said when she got back home, but soon thereafter, the Tuskegee Airmen were sent from training to near combat in North Africa. And in North Africa, they played lots of little games like, when's the meeting? Oh, it was 2 hours ago. You guys can't show up on time. But on one of their final missions, they were flying deep into Germany. 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4 bombers were shot down every time. And on this mission, the Tuskegee Airmen were given the opportunities to escort, but only so far. And then they were supposed to be relieved. Well, those Tuskegee Airmen, right before they left, no one showed up to escort the bombers. And I can easily imagine that bomber pilot, knowing what was ahead, looked out the window and said, Redtail 1, this is Bomber 1. Can you protect me all the way into Germany and all the way home? And on that day, the Tuskegee Airmen said, and they protected the bombers all the way into the bombing Berlin bearing plant. When someone says you can't, I need you to continue the legacy. When you can't do it,
what she would probably ask
watch
you to do.
And when your kids are telling you, say, don't say I could have, I would have, I should have, be affirmative. Watch.